And so they are doing a little bit of a choreographed practice here.
Absolutely, Rick, and that's very important because, you know, the position in the draft makes a difference. The leader's car normally handles very well. As you get back to second and third and fourth, the air gets worse. Not only does handling go away, but how does your car? You see the 18, huge
up into the wall. Kyle Busch in the 18 destroying that car.
Clearly had a mechanical issue or a tire go down. I mean, clearly that just something happened. Something happened.
Yeah, right here blew out. That
We heard Kyle Busch talk about the right rear. I was watching live there, Rick.
Good time. Just grab your window net and catch your breath. No rush.
Communication from driver, crew chief, and spotter. Great to hear a driver after a hit like that. Great to see Kyle jump right up out of the car.
Big impact. I mean, and we saw him. He drove in the corner. Everything looked calm. They were out there riding around. As a driver, you don't expect anything to go wrong in this situation. You see him. He's drafting. Everything's normal to watch. See, there was a little puff off the right rear. He had to correct the car, and then he got a little bit too much right rear wheel turned to the right and got it up into the wall. But, you know, when a tire blows like that, it makes such an explosion. It's so loud. It first startles you. It scares you. Then you have to correct the car, and now you're along for the ride. So everybody in the garage just watched that, and they're like, oh, what happened to that tire? Watch the right rear. Couldn't see it in that.
Puff,
just a little puff. That's when it blew out. And
such hard contact, too. So thankful for the safer barriers.
Absolutely.
The fact that there's some styrofoam in there that absorbs some of that hit, but still the damage to that car.
Watch this view. You can see when the back of the car comes out. Imagine you driving on ice. Okay, when you watch the back of the car, you're going to see a little explosion, a little puff. That's the tire blowing, and also the debris coming from when it blows out, hitting stuff in the car. Right. There it goes. The tire's down. Now the back of the car goes right. You have to turn the car to the right, or it's going to spin out. You turn it to the right. Now you don't have a right rear on the car. That little bit of right wheel input made the car turn right. But that's what you have to do as a driver. And again, it's when you make those calculations as a driver, it's impossible to say, well, I got to do this because the right rear's down, right? It happens like that. It happens so quickly. Kyle Busch did nothing wrong there.
Jeff, you're doing almost 200 miles an hour. I mean, that is a split-second decision. And obviously, in a situation where the right rear tire goes out, you're really at the mercy of that momentum.
Yeah, and so when you're racing, you're expecting something to happen. When you're in the middle of a pack and you're lap 100 of a 200-lap race, you're expecting something to happen. You're always on edge. When you're in this situation or you're practicing, it's much more calm. The driver just never expects something like that to happen, and it startles you. It always scares you when that tire, the explosion, the sound, it's unbelievable.